Welcome to day one, ways to teach online. In this lesson, I'll share 3 ways that you can teach online and tell you a little bit about myself if we haven't met before. My name is Jamie and I'm the founder of ESL Teacher 365. I'm originally from Wisconsin in the United States, and I have lived and taught both abroad and online in 6 different countries. I have a US teaching certificate, a master's in education, and a CELTA certificate as well. I've taught thousands of students, and so I definitely have a lot of knowledge to share with you today. I started online teaching as a freelancer, added on some online teaching marketplaces, and then some online ESL companies. So I've tried all these different ways of teaching, and I'll be giving you more information about them in this lesson. I teach Cambridge exam prep for adults, adult conversation classes, and ballet for kids online. I also coach online teachers to help them build successful online teaching businesses, and I love helping teachers. How the course works is the first step is to watch the daily video. Then you can go to the download section and you'll find a PDF where you can download that and start to take some action. And finally, if you do have any questions, you can always leave a comment in the comment section. Let's get into the 3 ways to teach online. So there are 3 main ways: online ESL companies, online teaching marketplaces, and freelance online teaching. Now, when you're new, you usually start with online ESL companies. I actually did it backwards, but I've tried them all, so I will give you the pros and cons for each one. Some examples of online ESL companies are FluentBee, Engu, Open English, Cambly. You may have heard of some of these companies. The pros are that lessons are often created for you, which is really nice if you're a new teacher. Some companies have no minimum hours, which can make them a great option if you're planning on traveling and teaching, or you're just looking for online teaching as more of a side hustle. You often don't need to find your own students. So, as you'll see with marketplaces and freelance teaching, often you're in charge of finding your own students. So, if you don't want to do that, then companies are a good option. And these are best for new teachers. Some companies don't require a degree or previous teaching experience. The cons are definitely that the pay can be very low. So the average is about $10 to $15 per hour for native speakers, and it's going to be even less for non-native speakers. Companies do change their policies often, so they can change how many teachers they're hiring, their pay rates, how many hours you have available. So just be aware of that. Each company also has different requirements. This could be the citizenship, where you're living, or which passport you have, your degree, your experience, if you need a TEFL certificate or not. So that just means that you may not be eligible for all companies. And it's also not a good long-term option. If you're first starting out, it can be very good, but this isn't very sustainable. You won't last very long if you're only working for online ESL companies. Online teaching marketplaces, here are a few different examples. We have Preply, italki, AllSchool, OutSchool, Awaketh, and KidPass. For online teaching marketplaces, the pros are that on some marketplaces, you don't charge per hour, you actually charge per student, which means that you have the potential to earn more money. You can teach what you're most passionate about, so you can teach ESL, but you can also teach other subjects like music, reading, gaming, or dance, like I do. And because of this, there is higher earning potential because you can have those larger classes and you are also setting your own rates. The cons are that student enrollment definitely ebbs and flows throughout the year. So think of when students are going back to school, when there's summer break, when there's different holidays. So it's not very stable. It can also take weeks or even months to build up your following. So you may need to start teaching to just one student and then wait for those enrollments to come in. Marketplaces also take a commission between 10 to 30% of your pay, and they do this to pay for the platform that you're using. You're often messaging your students on this. They might have a digital whiteboard or a platform that you're using, a Zoom subscription, and also some marketing of your classes as well. The eligibility requirements can be very strict depending on the marketplace, and a lot of this has to do with teacher background checks. And you often need to either create your own lessons or find ones that have a commercial use license, because you need to follow copyright when teaching on online teaching marketplaces. The third option is freelance online teaching. You might use a platform like Zoom or Skype, or a more learner-friendly platform like LearnCube or Classon. The pros are that you decide how much to charge and you don't pay any commissions. So you're keeping a lot more of your money. You can create your own schedule. So this is another good option if you're looking to travel and teach. If you have a freelance online teaching business, this can also help qualify you for digital nomad visas, which is pretty cool if you're looking to live in another country. You can teach what you are passionate about and choose your students because no one's telling you what to teach. And this is best for non native speakers and as a long term option because there aren't any eligibility requirements or restrictions, and you're going to have a higher earning potential. The cons are, of course, it takes time, effort, and money to get started. You will need a niche or specific topic to focus on, or you won't attract students. You need to do your own marketing to find students, and it can be more complicated in terms of taxes and starting a business in case you have to actually start a business depending on where you're living. And you need to either purchase or create your own teaching materials. Just to give you an example how I teach online, I do freelance teaching for Cambridge Exam Prep, which is ESL. I also coach online teachers. I work for marketplaces like OutSchool, AllSchool, and Awaketh. That's where I'm teaching online ballet, but I have done some pre-reading skills on OutSchool as well. And I am teaching for an online ESL company called Cambly. And in the future, I'll be testing out some more companies. Now it's time to take action. So I want you to go to the download section, fill out the PDF, and find out which way or ways is best for you to teach online and set some online teaching goals. I'll see you for day 2.